Están viendo WeHo Sports.
You are watching WeHo Sports.
I am watching WeHo Sports.
Mr. Hongo Challenge 2014. WeHo Sports. WeHo Sports.
It's all around sports report round. Sports report round. Sports report round. Sports report round. Sports report. Baseball, basketball, volleyball too. Indoor, outdoor games for you. No matter if you're tall or short, it's all around sports report round. Sports report round. Sports report round. Sports report round. Sports report, yeah.
Señor. What's going on? How you doing? Señor. What's going on? How you doing? Good evening and welcome to WeHo Sports. My name is Raul Alonso and I'm your host. Today we have a very exciting show for you guys. Of course, I have two of my regular hosts and I have a new host today. But we're going to get right into it. We're going to be talking about Dancing with the Stars and all of the 7 or 8 athletes they have in there. We're going to talk about, of course, March Madness. And we're going to also talk about Gay WeHo and their zombie. They have a zombie versus humans going on this Saturday.
This Saturday.
You know, and let's talk about it. We're also going to say Nini Lee and Dancing in the Stars and also the World Cup, the Under-17 World Cup is underway, and of course we know that the real World Cup is in Brazil, and of course the NCAA. You know, George has all the information for the men's NCAA, and of course, Señorita has all the information for the women's and NCAA, and of course, you know, our lovely co-host Axel has her own little twist on the whole idea. So let's get right to it. Welcome everybody.
Thanks for having me.
How you guys doing? Are you guys ready and excited for this show?
I'm excited. I love it. This is what I live for here. Absolutely.
President makes some really good picks. I don't know if you are in agreement with him, and also you guys. I don't know. I don't know how everything's gonna go on today. But let's start talking about Super Bowl. I don't know what happened with the Super Bowl. Super Bowl was a long time over. Let's talk about Gay WeHo and our friends in.
The WeHo Adult Recreation is having a fantastic event this Saturday, and we'll give some coverage of that next week. We'll take some video footage of that, but I don't want to. It's sold out, so you can't go. Sorry. But you can see all about it on our show next week. But what I do want to publicize for them is on April 19th, they are having a scavenger hunt, and that is in connection, co-sponsored by the Dodgeball, the WeHo Dodgeball. So go to their website, WeHoAdultRecreation.com. They have some really creative and fun events. If you're looking for ways to meet new people, definitely go to that website, go to these events. They look to be a lot of fun.
Well, and we got invited because they know us and we have worked with them before, and I guess you and Kurt and myself will be going to this event, and we will bring live footage next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm excited.
Of zombies and humans.
I don't know. I think I'm going to become
Versus
like
each
a
other.
zombie. I'm already half zombie, so I don't need that much work, you know? What do you think, George? You like to dress up like a zombie, too.
Well, I feel like a zombie a lot of the times in the morning when I first wake up, but I usually don't crave brains as much.
I feel
as
bad for your girlfriend.
Yeah, I wake up every minute, brains. Yeah, I'm completely worthless without coffee in the morning, in case you didn't know about it. But I'm excited. Did you... Well, how do you feel now about this is March Madness going on?
I know, and there's a lot of things that already happened.
Oh, yeah.
So why don't we get right into it and tell us everything, because I know you pack with information. I know you created your own bracket.
Oh, I've got my bracket.
I don't know if you went to Outsports. Outsports also has their own bracket, so if you guys haven't done your own bracket, you can go and do it at Outsports. There's the billionaire. There's trying to give out $1 billion for the people that gets all of them right.
I lost that.
I already got that. It's too bad.
How about you, Axel?
Did you
I
lost
guess
But yeah, no, I actually I do have my picks. What do you call it? I already got busted today. I mean, so far I'm doing okay. I did pick a upset that I always pick every year. I pick it every year because a lot of times they do come up. It is the Harvard game. Fight, Harvard, fight. That's the way they do it. But yeah, I picked Harvard to win over Michigan State, and Harvard pulled it in. Good job, you Ivy Leaguers.
I'm out of the billion.
What about Ohio?
Oh, I know. I had picked. I had picked Ohio State. Well, we have a graphic of it. If the director will be so kind to put that up there, we do have a graphic. But I just got word off the grapevine that one of my picks I actually did just there it is. One of my picks just won. St. Joseph's beat Villanueva 89-81. They survived it. Michigan is playing Michigan State I believe won, but yeah, Colorado lost. I know I said they would lose. And BYU played earlier today, but yeah, for my big one, the big money one that I picked was now these are my picks, and well actually was Harvard.
Harvard was your pick?
Yeah.
There's the
What a snob.
the bracket.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, who do you guys got? Who you guys got? I know the president got. Who did he pick to win now?
I think he didn't. He didn't pick Louisville. I think he who did
He picked Indiana.
Yeah, he
to
picked
win it all.
Indiana, but I think Louisville's going to take it. Now, I come to this conclusion because Louisville, they're coming, it's the same reason, this is the method to my madness. Now, you got to find us on Twitter at WeHo Sports, on our Twitter feed. And tell me what you think. But I really do, because Louisville is a hot team right now. They have a good coach, and they were on a streak when they came onto this tournament, which is why I picked also UCLA to go into the Final Four. They are hot right now. They won the Pac-12 tournament, which is different because I do believe it is their new coach, Steve Alford.
But you have been able to
Speaking
see
of
the
Pac-12.
difference, you know?
Yeah. I mean, speaking of the Pac-12 there, we got it up here. This is the actual one. I actually missed it. I'm so glad I missed it. I picked Arizona to beat UCLA. I know I feel like such a sellout. But yeah.
You are a sellout.
I know.
How dare you? Does your dad know about this?
Well, he picked it too. You know, he thought, but yeah, I mean, I was the only two games I missed were UCLA and Arizona, and Stanford and ASU. But
Don't you know never to go against your alma mater
I know.
and stuff? What is wrong with you, George?
But I wanted to ask you guys, coming from what you've seen, if you've watched any of the basketball, I mean, how do you feel about Steve Alford over Ben Howland? I mean, what do you think of Steve Alford over Ben Howland?
I think it's definitely possibly a change for positive, you know, especially with the results coming up. Even though it's been very erratic with the UCLA, I think there's definitely a chance that they can make championships and maybe even win it.
All right, I
I totally agree with you. Although I have picked Wichita State, I can't let that 31-0 go. For some reason or another, I want the Cinderella story. They were there last year in the Final Four, so for them to come back this year and be 31-0, but you know they've been off for a few weeks, which is a concern to me. But I'm still picking them over UCLA for some reason.
Well, I have them going up to the Sweet 16 because they're actually in the lower bracket. They're in the southeastern bracket, so they don't. The only way them and UCLA would meet is if they actually both of them went to the championship game.
Right.
But I don't know if that'll happen. But because
that was my prediction.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But I also have UCLA in the final.
You have UCLA in the final?
Yes, but I'm pretty much doing very poorly otherwise on my picks.
Welcome to
thank you.
March Madness.
Being new to this March Madness business, I had my own special method for doing the picks, and that was if a state has racist laws or anti-gay laws, I cut them out. If I know someone that I like from there, I would pick them to win. So these kind of like vague things, that's my method, and we want you all to tell us your method. Please tweet us. Tweet us?
Yeah.
Tweet us.
Tweet us. Woo! It sounds so fresh. Tweet us at WeHo Sports.
WeHo Sports right
at
there.
WeHo Sports.
And Facebook.
Hashtag My March Madness Method. I've said this 1,000 times today, and I
And you
still
can't
can't
do
say it right. My March Madness Method. We want to hear about your method for making your picks, if it's odd or unusual, or if, like these guys, you actually know something about the teams and the coaches, and you're using that information to make your picks.
I saw a method today on TV.
Oh yeah, wait a minute. Let me get this on.
And it was funny because these people literally built a bracket like a regular big bracket, but with pieces of wood, huge, and then they put mice in there, and the mice will go around and they will eat the little things that they had with the names, and that's how they pick the names. I thought it was very interesting.
It's got to be more accurate than what I did.
Well, they showed the whole work that they were doing. They measure every little thing to that last point. It's like, who would do that? If I'm going to do a bracket like that, I just put it together and that's it. No, they measure and then they threw the mice in there and all this other stuff. I thought it was hilarious. You know, all of that came from in the World Cup having the octopus and the octopus choosing who was going to be the winner. So now everybody, like she said, everybody has different methods.
Yeah, well,
I tried my dogs, but they ate the paper.
I'll tell you the real method. There is an actual real method to this. And tweet me and tell me if you think I'm just full of myself. So, I'm wearing this because I picked it today. Florida, that was one of my picks in Florida. Florida beat Auburn. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's why I got the Gator hat on.
Well, but Florida was pick number one.
Yeah, they are. Florida is pick. You can see.
And the majority of the coaches are picking Florida to be in the Final Four. Mm-hmm.
But
including the president.
Oh yeah, no, I have been going to the championship. I have a Florida Louisville going up in the championship. The way I look at it, this is the way I do it. I watch a lot of the. I watch a lot of basketball, and I have people that come over, and I'm just sitting there on my couch on my television, just looking at it and switching between games And what I do is not only do I watch the games, but I also look at I go through and I look at the stats. You just got to look at the stats, what their percentage is in the paint, how good their free throws percentage is. If any players have been injured, that's a big thing. If any players have been injured,
of course, that could change the whole dynamic of a team.
Oh yeah, and to see their 3-point status.
You have a lot of teams that were ranked on the top, and because they have somebody hurt, now they are holding to the last thread. And people are not, they're not betting on them because they're not going to get there.
And most of all, look, pick a casino in Las Vegas and look to see what the odds are in the brackets. So if you submit a bracket and they give you certain odds, or if they have certain odds for the brackets, go with brackets with maybe 5-1, 3-1 odds. Don't go with a 30-1 odd bracket because that'll never win. That's not. I wouldn't even bet on that for a horse race. So
really,
no, that's. I mean,
a lot of us will be tempted to 30-1 ratio.
That's why they're there. That's why they're there.
Yeah. But
what would you do, 30-1, or you would do 5-1?
Well, having spent some time in Vegas, I know the house doesn't usually lose. So I think it's pretty safe if you're making picks to go with the
house,
with the better odds.
Yeah.
Okay. And you?
But that's true with everything.
Probably that, definitely. And I definitely think a good part of it is watching, how, the team's been playing, especially compared to last year, history, if they have any new players, old players, and then, the averages on, who scores which what, and, how close the games are as well.
Is that how you pick them? Or?
Yeah, usually.
Good. I love it. Pay attention to the stats.
So please tweet your method. My March Madness method is the hashtag. Tweet us at WeHo Sports, and we'll read some of the best ones on the show next week. We always like to hear about a good method.
Oh, yeah.
I love this sign.
Mm-hmm. That is a good sign.
Yes, this is from our crack team of graphic artists that we have over at West Hollywood Elementary School. So this is a really good job that they did.
That's fantastic.
No, I made
that's why I said it's fantastic.
Thank you so much.
You know what I've been noticing?
So generous.
Hold it right here because it's so good that I'm going to put it right in my chest.
Don't forget hashtag My March Madness.
There we go.
Wonderful.
That's right.
I'll keep that so I can keep reminding people of my hashtag.
I've actually been noticing, watching just today in general, a lot of teams have been going zone defense. I've seen a lot of 3-2 zone defense. and that is really interesting because a lot of these teams during the regular season they go man to man or they go sometimes I'll even see junk coverage, but I've seen a lot of 3-2 zone, not so much 2-2 and not so much 1-2, but a lot of 3-2 today. That's just been a running thing. I don't know what it. Maybe that's a clue to what to pick for your March Madness. But look at the zone defense. A lot of it's going on.
Well, most of the people start playing zone defense when it comes to March Madness because the games are so tight and except with the few people that had the running game like Florida and they're gonna stick to the running game, but the majority of the teams they play defense because you're in. Yeah. I mean, you win, you're in.
Yeah.
You lose, you're out.
Yeah.
So everybody's trying to play it safe and things like that. Except there was a game that happened earlier, and somebody got real slaughtered because they lost with 40 points, and I was like, "What the hell is that?"
Let me see if I remember. I think it was Colorado.
No, it was. I wrote it somewhere in here. I know it's a note. I got a lot of notes here because we have a lot of stuff to talk about.
I got my picture right here.
Here it is. I told you I had it. It was Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, they won by 40 points, and they're in the West region, and they move on to the third round. They were waiting to see who they play, Oregon or BYU. So there you have it. You heard it here. So much for that.
Yeah.
Too much papers. We got to start getting rid of it, but. Tell us about the women's bracket.
Yes.
What's going on
Let's talk about the women's bracket. There's a little less excitement because more than a week passed between the last game and then Selection Monday. So there was a little more heat on the men's side, as there usually is with sports in general. But right now, of course, the teams that everyone is talking about are the number ones, which is the two, I think, that are going to go all the way, if I have my way, would be the Huskies and Notre Dame. Fighting Irish. Not a revolutionary statement to make. They're both undefeated, 34-0.
Right.
These are teams, especially the Huskies. The Huskies have a lot of love in the press. They're talked about as demolishing their opponents, destroying. This was a destruction. These kind of terms are used because they've got double-digit victories, most of them 17 points or more.
Right.
So of the 12 teams that went into the championship, in recent years, undefeated, 7 of those went all the way. So now you've got 2 teams going in undefeated. That's only happened one other time.
Right.
So if these 2 make it to the end, this is going to be a contest because these are 2 fantastic teams, highly athletic teams that are used to dominating. For some reason, Notre Dame doesn't get as much love with the press as the Huskies. I'm not sure why. But I'm going along with that a little bit. I like UConn. I like those ladies. This is I think their fifth undefeated regular season.
Mm-hmm. You're right. And they were the ones that won the championship.
I love an underdog story, but I mean, these people are at the top of their game, and I really want to see them go all the way.
Well, the president kind of agrees with you because he has UConn, Notre Dame, and Stanford, and Louisville. So. He kind of, I think he called you or some kind of, you guys were talking to each other.
I think he reads my Twitter feed.
I don't know what it is, but,
But just beware of Stanford, though. Stanford, for some reason.
Well, for Stanford, for some reason. Go ahead. Talk about Stanford.
Nene Leakes is the new coach at Stanford.
Yeah, and every single year, this always happens. It happens every year. It is unbelievably. It happens in football, it happens in basketball, men's and women's, it happens in baseball. Stanford, always the bubble burster. For some reason, they have a knack for just absolutely just undefeated team, and then Stanford comes in, and oh my goodness, they've been defeated. It's unbelievable. There's always the bubble burster. It just amazes me. It happens every year.
Well, you heard it here first, everyone. So if Stanford is the bubble burster, we buy Georgia pizza.
I take my.
We gotta buy all these people dancing with the star of pizza because. We have a lot of athletes dancing with the star. Yep. The one you saw first was Nene Leakes. Of course, she's not a sports star, but she has done a lot of stuff for the gay community. She was out here supporting gay pride, and I'm happy that it has come around a lot to help gay people and things like that. After all, gay people put her where she's at right now. So she needs to she needs to step her game. And I know a lot of gay people are supporting her in Dancing with the Stars, you know, but there's other people that have been very supportive, and they have given us shout out, like Drew Carey. Drew Carey gave us a shout out. We have him and saying, you're watching WeHo Sports, and you know he's a big supporter of the AIDS Walk. He's always there. He's also a co-owner of the Seattle Sounders, and for a long time they were talking that he was getting together with David Beckham, but I guess David Beckham decided to get together with James, and now they're buying a team in Miami. So who do you want, James or Drew Carey? They both got chin 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 chin, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, I actually met Drew Carey.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah, it was a Hollywood Bowl. I saw him in a production of Chicago, and I went backstage. I went to the bag afterwards, and I got his autograph.
He's a fantastic guy to talk to. He's very accessible. You would think that all the shows that he has. And then we have Amy. Amy, a double amputee. She was just in the Parallel Olympics. She won silver medal over there, and then she came the same night after she won. She flew to the United States because she had to do Dancing with the Stars. And I'm telling you, if you did not watch the show, you have to watch it. It was such an inspiration to see her dance with 2 legs amputee and did everything so great. And, I mean, I was literally crying when I was watching this because it gives hope to a whole lot of people, and it makes you look at people with different things in their body different, you know. You can't call them that they're disabled, but I think this is your turn now, George.
Oh yeah, I got a Sean Avery and a Karina Smirnoff. And I watched him. I think, you know what? This is a hockey player. You know, he gets paid to go out on the ice and punch people. You know, he's.
Well, he was really
yeah, no, he's light on his feet. I was surprised. And another thing that took me by surprise, it actually kind of made me laugh a little bit. They used the song that was in the Winnie the Pooh trailer, that movie that came out a couple years ago.
It's true. They're doing that.
But I saw that and I was like, wow, you know, he's all getting clothes and he's dancing around, he's flipping around, and I'm like, you know, you're good for a hockey player.
You know, there was a movie about that. Do you remember what it was called? The hockey player and the ice skater. They had a cutting edge.
Right.
So this is a modern day reality cutting edge.
And then what about her, George?
She's gorgeous.
Diana Nyad, distance swimmer.
I know.
Wonderful, wonderful woman.
Right.
Where was she, 61 when she did the
61,
swim?
yeah.
Come on. She's amazing.
But she's been trying it for decades to go across, and she's the first ever that went from
Cuba
coast
to Florida,
to coast.
yeah.
Amazing.
You know, and now she's in Dancing with the Stars, and she did okay. I thought, you know, for a moment she was too stiff. You know, a lot of people. The rumors are that she is part of our team, lesbian. You know, it is rumors. I didn't say nothing. But let's go talk instead about this other athlete. I think
Charlie
that's
White?
Yeah.
I think is that Charlie White? He's one of the Olympic ice dancers, a gold medalist, and his partner Meryl Davis is also on Dancing with the Stars. And they are not together, of course. They each have their own professional dancer partner. But one thing I felt about watching that was this show, I think, is supposed to be about amateurs trying to dance. It's not supposed to be about expert ballroom dancers dancing, and these ice dancers look like experts. Because that's what they do for a living. So seeing Nene out there with her moves, and my God, does she have some moves. She's adorable.
Hello there. What you don't know is that Nene used to be a table dancer before in her younger life. That's why.
I think it's a lot different and a lot more enjoyable as a viewer than seeing, I mean, as wonderful as Meryl is as a dancer, it just looks like she's a professional. It's not really, I thought, what the show is watching 2 professional dancers together.
What do you think?
I think it's kind of interesting because, you know, like, it's kind of awesome if you have, like, you know, amateurs, because it's like, it's not like something that seems like something you can't reach, and it's kind of interesting, but then at the same time, it's not like as fluid or anything like that. It's kind of like comparing like a DCI, which is Drum Corps International Marching Bands, to, like, you know, high school marching bands. It's not the same thing.
So do you think this is kind of rigged because they have the ice skaters there?
It's possibly, especially if the other people are not, like, as experienced as much, too. So it's kind of like, you really have to hold.
It has become totally different from when they began. You know, now you have older people. Of course, you have Miss Stink here as an announcer. You know,
former contestant,
and she has gone through a lot of stuff. You know, Erin has been a sports announcer for a long, long time. That's why people don't get it. She was in a scandal on. Remember it? Look at that. I mean, hello, hallelujah. For those lesbians that you say I don't put nothing for you, check. But anyway, I think she's fantastic. You know, I think what got her this show was at the playoffs. Remember, she interviewed Sherman.
Oh, yeah.
And he went all crazy, and that just put her to another level because she got that crazy interview. But I believe that she has always been a good reporter. You know, people harass her. There were those pictures of her in the hotel room naked, and she had to deal with all that shit. Pardon my language, but she did. And, you know, and now she's showing her character, and she's really stepping up and doing. I think she's doing a great thing. I don't know. What do you guys think about her?
Definitely, because like you know, she had the courage to like stand up, saying, "Hey, this is wrong," and she even was suing the hotels too. But the hotels are actually trying to go through her records and trying to make her look bad and embarrass her, which is kind of messed up.
Well, I think that's what happens all the time. You know, when you got something like that, and then people try to throw you down and step on you and everything. But let's talk about Michael Sams right quick because we got a few more minutes. And Michael Sams was pro day in Missouri, and he was totally different than what he was in combine. He run the Ford dash 472, which is very good instead of a 425 he had done. Then he also did his high jump. Was much better, and also was it 25 was before, and now he went to 30 and the high jump, which I think that's great. And then so his publicist and stuff, that's a picture of him when he was a baby. So but his publicist says that now there's a couple teams talking to him, the Packers and the Browns. So you know they play defense, 3-4 defense. So, you know, he's fit for that kind of defense.
Oh, yeah. He fits right into that. I can just see him, like, just not even the middle linebacker, just right in the outside linebacker. Not even the just right there in the outside linebacker. He will excel at a three-man rush. You watch.
So from his performance today, it's gone compared to from last time. So, you know, it's a good thing. It's a good thing for him because now some other doors are opening for gay athletes out there, and I think he has a pretty good chance. He's still going to be probably picked on third or fourth, maybe fifth round, but you know at least he's there now. Yeah. And right before we leave, let me touch about the under-17 World Cup is going on right now. Oh yeah. Mexico is one of the powerhouse right now. They eliminated the United States for the first time ever. The United States under-17 did not went to the World Cup, and it's really, really sad situation. But Mexico is doing its job, and it's kicking some butt out there. That's Mexico and Canada are representing the CONCACAF, which is our side. Yeah. So good luck to them. And we got 22 minutes. You were going to say something.
Yes. Really quick before we go, I'm going to WonderCon. And if you do go to WonderCon, go to thenewstarship.com or go to the New Starship booth. Take a picture on the bridge of the Enterprise. They're trying to recreate the Enterprise bridge. So be on the bridge. Be in the captain's chair.
Nice. And George will bring us pictures from
WonderCon.